Here's a big story out of Haaretz newspaper. The United Nations Cultural Agency decided on Monday to give the Palestinians full membership of the body, a vote that will boost their bid for recognition as a state at the United Nations. The motion to admit the Palestinians was passed by UNESCO's members meeting in Paris with 107 votes in favor, 14 against, and 52 abstentions. The United States, Canada, and Germany voted against Palestinian membership. Brazil, Russia, China, India, South Africa, and France voted in favor. Britain abstained. U.S. lawmakers have threatened to withhold $80 million in funding to UNESCO if it approved Palestinian membership. Evidently, that threat has gone unyielded. And I have a feeling that this is more of a threat than it is actually an option that the United States will go through with. This is usually a stepping stone for UN recognition, and I expect that to be the case in the near future. Right now they're in a deadlock. Palestine is trying to get their 9th vote in the UN Security Council, but I foresee that being something that will be just a stepping stone in order for them to get into the UN. Now that UNESCO has given Palestine their place in their organization, I have a feeling that that will probably tip the scales to Palestinian recognition in the UN. Something else should be pointed out in this situation as well. The world body has basically defied the United States, and in defying the United States, I feel that this is probably just step one of their defiance, even in the face of losing a tremendous amount of funding. In fact, the vast majority of their funding, they went ahead and defied the United States anyway. This could be a huge stepping stone, like I said, to future defiances, and I really believe that's the case, that they're probably going to defy the United States from here on out and go forward, even though in the face of in the face of vetoes or whatever the case may be. This is going to be something that the United States is going to have to live with. And it wouldn't be out of the question that the U.S. see that they are going to have to cut their losses, and they may have to just go ahead and either abstain or just vote with the world body to vote in a UN, a Palestinian recognition by the UN. In other news, the United States is working on several levels to pressure the UN Security Council into imposing harsher sanctions on Iran. That was reported by Ynet News today. A senior U.S. State Department official said that there is growing fear among Obama administration officials ahead of an IAEA report indicating considerable progress in Tehran's development of its military nuclear program, which is set to be published in November. The U.S. is concerned that the report may trigger Israeli actions against the Islamic Republic, which may not necessarily be in line with U.S. interest in the regions. The official said that Washington's reevaluation of an Israeli strike in Iran is based on various maneuvers Israel has performed in the past several years. The U.S. administration is now bent on exercising more pressure on Tehran in order to dissuade Israel from this path, the source said. Washington is therefore pressing China and Russia, who are currently opposed to the publication of the IAEA report. The report may cause embarrassment to both countries, who are strongly against harsher sanctions on Iran. As stated in a previous report, the Bible does not specifically state that Israel would attack Iran, but the other way around, that Iran would attack Israel at some point in time, specifically stated in Ezekiel 38 and 39. Frankly, I see as the Arab Spring takes a more Islamic role in various countries, I see the region heading toward a more or greater move toward a holy war toward Israel. As I stated in previous articles, that I don't believe with status quo, with Gaddafi, with Mubarak, with Assad, that they have any interest in attacking Israel with what they know militarily. But with the new regimes coming in and Sharia law being slowly but surely placed in every nation that has dropped their dictators. I see a more religious fervor taking over, and the real possibility of an attack against Israel. Could this be the Psalm 83 war that has been predicted by some commentators? I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see how that sorts out. Many unknown variables seem to be coming together at the same time right now, and that basically has kept everything in sort of a deadlock. It would not be out of order to believe that the Psalm 83 war could take place first. That could ultimately bring peace, especially as it says in Ezekiel 38:11, that when the attack of Gog and Magog does come, Israel will be in peace, dwelling safely within their own land. At this time, we definitely can't say that's the environment in which Israel exists. But there's one other thing that we need to remember as well, that when peace does come to the Middle East, if it is the 7-year peace treaty that the Antichrist will bring, there are many signs that indicate that when that will be the case. The rapture of the church will have taken place first. So it is possible that Christians may very well see the Psalm 83 war played out, and sometime shortly after the peace accord could take place. Of course, that is complete speculation. No one knows the day nor the hour when the Son of Man will come, and that certainly does not exempt me from that either. Lastly, keep an eye on the European Union, the Eurozone particularly. That block of nations is still not out of the dark, and basically there are two halves to the Eurozone, the haves and the have-nots, and that marriage is very volatile, and many are saying it's doomed to fail. Whether that will be the case in the near future, I don't know, but it looks to be critical at this point in time, even though they've come to agreements in the near future. This is Terry Malone with the Calvary Prophecy Report.